Well, many cab drivers are wondering just how they'll pay their bills this year. Because of the pandemic, fares are down. But insurance rates have skyrocketed. Unlike drivers for ride-hailing services like Lyft and Uber, cabbies actually have to pay for commercial insurance. And this year, the cost of insurance for commercial vehicles has tripled. My next guests are both veteran cab drivers, each with more than 30 years of experience. Tom Spanidis drives for Co-op, and Sal Albanese is with Beck. We've got them both on the line. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. I'm so curious about the life of a cab driver right now. Tom, I want to start with you, and I do want to get to your insurance in just a minute. But first, give me a sense of what the streets are like right now as you're driving around town. How are they now compared with a year ago?
Very deserted. Very few people on the streets, and hardly anyone is flagging. The cab drivers' best day is when it rains or when it snows. Yesterday was raining. Last Thursday was raining. No one was flagging.
No one was flagging. Well, and I mean, how does your day work when you head out for the day? You must know how many fares or what you need to make in order to make a profit for the day.
Yeah, well, you pray to God that you can come out and make. You're lucky. You're very lucky if you can make $100. You're very lucky if you can make $100.
Now
it's very difficult. A lot of people are working from home. Office towers are empty. Even the government offices are bare. So, you depend on the people that are on the street. It's tough. It's very difficult to get a flag off the street.
So difficult to make the money, but you're being expected to pay out a lot of money. I mean, your insurance costs has gone up. It's 3 times as much this year as it normally would be. What went through your mind when you found out how much more it was going to cost this time?
I thought I thought I had a nightmare. I thought it was a nightmare. Is this true? It's hard, and very few insurance companies will insure a taxi driver, and those who do charge extreme rates, very high rates, and I don't understand why we have to pay these extraordinary rates where Uber and Lyft that are doing the same job are not.
Now, Sal, sorry, I was just going to ask Sal as well. You haven't, as I understand, you haven't had to renew your insurance yet, but what are you expecting to pay next time around?
Well, to be honest with you, good morning, by the way. To be honest with you, Tom get the best of the bad medicine already. Mine coming up soon in March, and I'm scared to death. Right now, I'm up to $4,500. Likely, I'm going to be up to $15,000, which is a lot of money. Yeah. And there's no chance with the business you can recoup this money. It's impossible.
Now, both you, Sal, and Tom, you're in your late 50s, as I understand. Have you, with such low levels of money coming in and insurance skyrocketing like this, Sal, have you thought about just getting out of the business? Have you thought about retiring?
Retiring? Are you kidding me? Who's going to feed me? Who's going to feed my family?
He's right. Exactly. How are we going to pay? How are we going to pay our minimum, food on the table, the utilities in our house, our rent, our mortgage?
What about the idea of maybe driving for Uber or Lyft as opposed to driving your cab?
Well, to be honest with you, I thought about it again. It's not going to make any sense for a guy like me. People laugh when I say I'm a civilian driver in the city. I look normal like nobody. I'm sure like Mr. Tom. It's not for me. The way I describe it, I'm a doctor. I'm not a nurse. This is not something I would do. I feel bad. I mean, they have no insurance, my friend. There is no obligation for them. They're not even legit in the city. but they allow them. But it's not something I would do. It's not the right thing to do. It's not.
Tom, have you considered driving for Uber or Lyft instead?
I have, but it's like Salah said. Again, it's not for me. I'll be making less per hour than I'm making now, and really, I've been in this industry for a long time. It's very hard for me to go to Uber and Lyft. It's just not for me.
What would it take? What would it take for you to get out of the driving business altogether?
Well, if someone can hire me to drive for them and make what I was making before, but right now, it's hard. It's hard. I'm 58 years old. Who's going to hire a 58 years old gentleman?
I think in my case, I need to build the lottery more often.
Yeah.
Hopefully I win the 649. If it happens, I'll be lucky. Until then, I'm going to work until like I'm 85 years old. It's impossible to make.
Sal, the idea of getting out of the cab business, is that not feasible for you either?
Absolutely, my friend. It doesn't make. How are you going to do it? Nobody's going to hire somebody in their 50s to do his job, and somebody younger maybe, and it's not going to make any sense. The business is getting harder. Like yesterday, it was raining, as Tom was saying, raining like crazy, and there is no business. Like back in the day, when it rains, it's money. Now, when it rains, it's a disaster. Nobody's walking outside, plus the COVID-19 hits everybody.
Are down. You know,
But why, Ismaila? Why is the Metro License Commission charging us the same amount when the taxi plate was at a higher level? Why?
These are all great questions, and we will do our best to find some answers for this. Thanks so much to both of you for giving us a sense of what it's like driving a cab here in Toronto right now. I appreciate your time, and thanks for joining me today.
Have a good day, buddy.
Thank you.
Bye, Tom.
Have a nice day.
Take care.
Bye. Good luck, Sal.
Thank you, buddy. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Tom Spanidis is a cab driver for Co-op. Sal Albanese drives for Beck. 8:23 right now. Jennifer's here with